Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Have you ever been somewhere that you can immediately tell has a story? Rain is falling over the 40 sprawling acres of Freewood's farm. 40 acres and a mule named Maggie. Farmer Smalls invites me to sit by the fire, and I'm all ears.
Well, Freewood's farm is a living farm museum. And we tell the story of the role of farming in African American history after the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, you had almost 4 million newly freed slaves. And of course, we've been in slavery for about 2.5 centuries of slavery in the United States.
Despite their newly found freedom, the majority of these individuals were left with no education, no money, or even somewhere to go.
And the big question in the country at the time was, what are you going to do with these 4 million people? Well, this became a problem for General Sherman because you had a lot of emancipated people following the Union Army in order to get food and to get away from those plantations. So what he did, he took a strip of land stretching all the way from Charleston down to Florida that he called captured land. It's land that his military had captured. He took that strip of land, chopped it up into 40-acre lots, and gave each family 40 acres. And black people were very excited about that because they had a farm. They had 40 acres. Well, of course, Lincoln was assassinated. The new president came in and was soon decided that under the Constitution, the government can't take land from one person and give it to another. The government can take land, but only under the power of eminent domain. And under the power of eminent domain, the government has to pay for it.
And just like that, countless black families had to give up their new land.
And that was a very sad chapter because they had planted the fields and had crops growing, and they had to leave those farms. Now, I think it's important to point out that a few were able to keep the farms, and that was because of some sympathetic whites, and some worked out terms that the newly freed slaves could manage, and they could pay for it over a period of time. But basically, they didn't get the 40 acres. Freewood's farm represents that 40 acres they didn't get.
Freewood's farm was one of those rare situations where the newly freed slaves could work out a deal to pay for the farm. 2 more generations of black farmers worked tirelessly, growing crops like rice and even producing turpentine.
But it was this third generation, the grandchildren of the original settlers. They served in the First World War, and they used their monies earned in the First World War to buy up the rest of the land in this area. So what we do here at Freewood's farm is we tell the story of what they did, what those black farmers did during that first century of freedom.
Like Farmer Smalls said, a living museum where pictures, videos, and even interviews can't fully capture how it feels to stand on its soil and listen. You can find the farm at 9515 Freewoods Road in Myrtle Beach. To set up a tour, give them a call at 843-650-9139 or visit www.freewoodsfarm.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by SC Needs Help. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I have the treat of being joined in studio by Philip from SC Needs Help. How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. All right, tell me all about what you guys do. This was founded in 2018, but it's really turned into something much bigger.
Yeah, SC
since
Needs
then.
Help really started as helping out the flood victims. In the big floods of 2018, we started off with a warehouse and just getting gear for people and equipment and food and non-perishable items that they needed, and it's morphed into something much bigger than that. And now we're just trying to help people year-round, not just when there is a big event.
I love it. Adapting to whatever people need.
Absolutely.
At the given time. So what's on the docket?
In March, it's a great event, raises most of the money for the year. Our president, Andy Kemp, just does a really good job at it. He's a barbecue connoisseur, and so he kind of created the event, and we started out raising money for people in need, and now we use this event to fund our entire year.
So give me kind of an idea of what you guys do with the funds that you receive.
Well, just in the past year, we've adopted 50 kids from the Angel Tree program. So we're going to take care of 50 kids for Christmas 2023. And we have sent a family to Disney. Their father passed away unexpectedly. We sent the family to Disney. We purchased a vehicle for somebody that was in need out in Conway. So we just, whatever we can do to help, there's little things that you can do to help people to change their lives drastically. And as a community, we're able to do that as a team.
What has been the most memorable moment for you?
I think for me, the first smoke out at the boathouse was for Andre Pope. And Andre was diagnosed with cancer, and he was able to enjoy that event before unfortunately he passed away. But he was able to be there, shake people's hands, and see the event in action, which I think that is really, that's really important. Just a very special moment and a life-changing moment for me as well.
I was going to say, if somebody's watching this right now and wants to help out, wants to get involved, how can they do that?
Go on the web, scneedshelp.org. That will take you to a donations tab or a contact tab, and just send us a message, and we'd love for you to get involved.
Well, today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, ice cream, and I'm joined by Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine today.
All right, you guys are Island Treats here on Pawleys Island. Tell me about what you guys offer here.
38 different flavors of ice cream, milkshakes, sundaes, hot dogs,
A little bit of everything.
pizza, everything.
Love that. And you guys are a mom and pop shop. You've been here for 7 years, a staple here in the community. What's it like being able to see the smiling faces come through every season and off season as well?
Off season because we're open all year long, same hours, everything. So people don't think people come in for ice cream during January and February, but they do because we have a lot of snowbirds that come down. So, but yeah, it's fantastic to see everybody come in. The kids got the play deck out here to play on and everything, and it just keeps them entertained, and ice cream's a favorite for everybody.
Indeed it is. I was going to say, this is such a pretty location. You guys are right on this little, is it a pond?
It's a little pond,
Little
yes.
pond right here. And kids are able, or adults, are able to feed the ducks and geese.
Ducks, geese, koi fish,
Ooh.
turtles. We got a little bit of everything in the pond.
What is y'all's goal with this business?
Serve God. You come in and people write their Bible verses and everything. When we moved here, we prayed, we did a fast to come here to have Him show us what we're supposed to do. We praise Him for everything that we have.
7 years later, it's definitely worked out well, huh?
It's a blessing.
So one thing you guys do is you want people to be able to enjoy as much as they want to, right?
Correct. When you come in, we have so many flavors that a lot of times it's hard to choose. So we'll let you taste whatever you want. We'll mix and match anything you want into one scoop. If you want 2 flavors, 3 flavors, we could turn that into one scoop for you.
Beautiful, because sometimes you just can't choose. It's so hard.
No, you want to try everything and eat everything.
All right, perfect. I definitely want to do that right after we're done here. But where can people find you guys? What's your address?
We're located in the Island Shops in Pawleys Island.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina. This story is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Well, good morning, everybody. You know I love to talk about Plexiderm skincare, and I'm back with my friend Annette from Plexiderm. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Katie. Thank you so much. You know, what's funny about Plexiderm is you look in the mirror on different days and I see signs of aging. I have the dark circles, deep set forehead lines, and oh no, now my lipstick is running. Well, the good news is Plexiderm is going to help you look more youthful, more refreshed, and like you had the best sleep of your life. We have a lot of examples so that viewers can see the results that they can expect to get from Plexiderm.
And that's my favorite part, or seeing those examples, seeing the before and afters. You can watch it in real time. Wrinkles just smooth out. It's like magic.
It is like magic. So this is Laura, Penny, and Rose. And you can see we focused on essential areas of the face that make you look older, the mouth area, the eye area. And this is Penny's first time using Plexiderm. What I love about Plexiderm, especially when I used it as well, takes seconds to apply, minutes to work, up to 10 minutes, and lasts 10 hours as long as you don't get it wet. It's so easy to use, makes such a difference. And you can see right there, she looks more youthful. Literally, these are the results you can expect to see.
I feel like this is a super easy thing to add to your routine in the morning. Instead of a million creams to put on your face, you start with a clean, dry face, right?
Yes, that is such a great point. And right here you have Maria, Rita, and Samantha, 3 different women, 3 different ages. What you do is, what Plexiderm does is it creates an invisible layer that tightens and smooths the skin right before your eyes, and you do it in the convenience and privacy of your own home. And what you're seeing here is these 3 women, different ages, all using it on the eye area. That's the #1 reason why people use Plexiderm. Again, I said my dark circles, I thought it was makeup. Unfortunately, it was not. Those crow's feet, those under eye bags, there's nothing that covers those up. Well, good news is with Plexiderm, you don't have anything to cover up because it smooths out the skin, making you look more youthful. People are not going to know what you're using, but you are going to get compliments on your skin.
Oh, absolutely. And also it's great for men because you don't have makeup with it.
I am so glad you brought that up because right here we have Mona, Carol, and Don. Don uses it for his deep set forehead lines. I did an internet search how to get rid of those. It said pretty much by injection only. After seeing that, I think you need to give Plexiderm a try. And to your point, men are some of our best customers because they want to look good and feel good too. As a matter of fact, my dad was one of the first ones that tried it. And when he runs out, he calls me. He does not like to be out of Plexiderm because it works so well.
I think it's a great gift to give people too.
It is a great gift. And let me tell you, I have a huge family. 80% of my family uses this product. Why? Because it works. The other 20% are kids. They don't need it. But I will tell you, most people can benefit from using Plexiderm at the first signs of aging, new moms, college student, executives, morning people, because it gives you that refreshed, more youthful look. I call it my Rise, Plexiderm, and Shine.
Love it. And you said this a little bit earlier too, that you don't have to get an injection. I feel like a lot of people are just going straight to Botox these days. Everyone's tempted to do it. You want to feel really smooth and youthful, but this is painless and it will save you money in the long run too.
Absolutely. The fact that it's a simple serum you do in the convenience and privacy of your own home. I'm too wimpy. I will not use Botox. Plus, you save so much money. It's literally a fraction of the cost. We have a 6-day, 6-application trial pack, $14.95 free shipping, 30-day money-back guarantee. That is how confident we are in our product. So if you were on a budget or wanted to give it a try without going full in on a bottle, now is the time, and it's so easy. All you have to do is call 1-800-975-8083. Take a picture of the before and afters, put it on social media, tag us, we want to see it.
I love it. Thank you so much. And guys, call that 800 number if you want to get that special deal, $14.95.
Just rise, Plexiderm, and shine.
This story is sponsored by Plexiderm. Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.